eyes are on Jared Goff. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Lions and the Packers on Thursday night primetime.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So the Packers make their way out for the first time, and it's Jordan Love that has the keys to the car here in his 5th season as a pro and 2nd as a starter.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Love now. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. You talk about this Lions defense. They put together a strong effort last weekend to win over the Bears, CD.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Over the middle, complete. It's Reed. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
Offense.
Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
On 4th down, the Packers called on Daniel Whelan to punt. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return, and the Lions will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Lucas Van Ness in there on the tackle. 2nd and 10. Off play action. Here's Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. Loose inside the 30. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, this defense for the Lions, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
You talk about this Lions defense. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
Held them well under 200 yards of total offense. And in today's NFL, that's a feat to be proud of, especially with the emphasis on offense and what we're seeing each and every week.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 7. Now a play fake, and it's gone. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now an injured player here, so a stoppage, and that's Jameson Williams, who's shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The ball on the 32, it's 2nd and 2. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's good for yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a first and goal.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Lions are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. That time a 6-play drive, and the end result a Detroit touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Love. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Marcus Davenport. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. On now is the Packers punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's 2nd in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense. Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. 2nd down coming up. Well, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up in a 3rd and 9 situation. Play action. It's Goff. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
And I think he just wanted to give the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. Touchdown! Amon-Ra St. Brown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they're going to continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score it here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10.
Right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Now Love. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
A pause now as they tend to an injured player. And it's the quarterback, Jordan Love. He's shaken up out there. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and forever. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now 3rd down and very long.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And this one is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So out now come the Lions.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
Give every member of that unit a ton of credit for ripping off such a big gain there, because you don't get free for that many yards on a counter or misdirection without everybody selling the heck out of it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Gone.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. All right, a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Goff now looks to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
Green Bay's offense. Go again. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Love. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Love looking to throw it.
This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing. Love. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range.
Now Goff. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late-season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35.
And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. A give. This is Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Watkins. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 14. A gain there of 21 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now Montgomery. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Preston Smith there on the stop.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Goff.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Oftentimes Sometimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On fourth down, Goff. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. To throw now. Here's Love. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Love now.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
Powering his way forward. And all the way down to the 17-yard line.
Now we'll get a timeout as they tend to an injured player, and looks like that's their receiver, Christian Watson. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Touchdown, Packers!
Tucker Kraft
from 17 yards out.
And the Packers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point from McManus is good, and it makes the score 21-10. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a Packers touchdown.
And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over.
And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs, 84 yards. And the Lions will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 37 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Play action this time with Love. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Aiden Hutchinson bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and the late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph.
And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out and let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. On the give, here's Gibbs.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
Down right around the 25. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's Goff. Well, that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Called that a very strong gain of 24. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Goff going to keep it himself. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Jared Goff scoring on the sneak from a yard out.
And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
And they wasted no time right down near the goal line, and they just sneak it in.
Just do what you need to do. Big guys going up front. Have the field general, the leader, just fall in behind them.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. So that drive, 4 plays, and it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He finds his man complete. That's Reed. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 34. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
Love. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He had a man open, but missed him, and it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back to throw now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble at 2nd down. Back to throw. Love. Throw left side complete. That's Reed. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Operating from the gun. Love. Out route, and it's complete to Brown. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Kirby Joseph.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
He finds his man complete. That's Reed. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Detroit, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for